Hello, beautiful people of YouTube. Thanks for joining me today on the Health and Wealth channel. My name is Mike. Today we're going to go over a little bit of a purchase on Questrade. As a dividend investor, my goal is high yield dividends, and so I have selected a company named TSLY out of a larger company called YieldMax to spend my money with. On Questrade, I've gone ahead and typed in the symbol TSLY up at the top. I've gone ahead and taken a look at their chart today. It's going up today, which is great. Now, TSLY generally follows Tesla, and I noticed so far Tesla is up $3 today. TSLY so far up 17 cents. For me, I love purchasing TSLY under $12, but here we are. We are going to purchase it today. I have currently $1,095 worth of purchase power. So to figure out how much I can spend, how many shares I can purchase, all we need to do is divide that by $12 and let's just say 5 cents. So that looks like it can buy me 90 shares. So let's try and do that right now. There's a couple different ways we can purchase shares on Questrade or whoever your provider is. So I'm going to go over both of those with you right now. Right here in the big green bright screen, we have buy, sell, and that takes you over to the right-hand side of the screen here, and it automatically brings TSLY up here as a symbol. Make sure you know which company you're purchasing your shares with. One time, I was sleeping, I woke up early, and I thought I was buying Tesla stock, but I ended up buying some other company that I had been searching, and it was about $4,000 worth. So don't make that mistake. Always look at the company up top before you purchase your shares. And we mentioned I could buy about 90 shares here, which is great. Now, we have two options. We have either a limit order where you can set the price of what you would like to buy it at. So if you feel like that stock or that dividend company is going to, their price is going to lower, you can set that price to say, $12 even. For me, I'm not going to do that today. I just want to have these shares. So I'm not going to really care too much about the price. Now, you may. Okay, you might for sure. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch my order type over to a market order. Basically, the reason for that is, for me, I don't really mind what the price is. I know it's going to be hovering around this $12 mark probably all day. To do that, all I need to do is simply click on where it did say limit and switch it over to a market order here. And to purchase those shares, you want to pop your quantity in here. Now, you may not have done the math, so this goes in increments of 10. Which is good, but you can always just change the number to whatever you want it to be in here. But of course, you do have to have sufficient funds to make that happen. So I'm going to go ahead here, hit the buy symbol, and it brings up the purchase order confirmation right here, as you can see. It has my account number behind that blur. Trade value 90 shares at $12.01, so $1,080. So that's great. I think I mentioned that I had a little bit more than that, though, which is good. Now, this is an ETF, so with Questrade, you don't pay any money for your ETF purchases, but you do pay for your ETF sales. So if I sell TSLY, I'm going to be billed $4.95 per 100 shares, or a little bit less than that, right? So $4.95 is the number. Feel free to go to Questrade to look that number up. And then you can see here my new max buying power is $11.60. So that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead here and send that order. And we will find out if that has gone through. And then positions. And here we go down at the bottom. TSLY, all of a sudden now I have 223 shares of that. So you most likely heard the notification come through on my phone. It told me that the purchase has been executed, and we can see that right here on the screen, 223 current shares of that. My average price is $11.70, which I love. Below that $12 mark, it is 23% of my portfolio. A lot of people don't like to see, more than 5%, 10% allocated to one stock. But for me, I'm just going to go to 1,000 shares of TSLY, and then we're going to move on to the next company. Remember, my goal is to go from $500 a month in dividend income all the way to $5,000 a month in dividend income. So I believe in Tesla. I believe Tesla is going to be an amazing company. They already are an amazing company, but I believe that their value is going to go up and up and up. So that's going to help the share price of TSLY. Now, just so you know, I have no financial background. I have no certificates in finances. I'm just a guy on YouTube trying to make it by and looking to, advance my life so that I can retire as soon as possible. So taking advice from me might not be the best thing for you, but this is what I'm doing. And if you'd like, you can follow my journey here to go from $500 a month in dividends all the way up to $5,000 per month. If you're curious about TSLY and how it makes money and that sort of thing, I'll put a link for this website in the description below. Also, I'll take you for a quick tour of it right now. It's a fairly easy website to use. So basically what we can go here is our ETFs, and you'll notice that YieldMax here has several different companies that they do the same strategy with each company. So we can click on TSLY right here. Its current yield is 60.90%. Now, this is a 12-month yield, and it also changes all of the time. So don't get too excited with the 60% yield because it is a huge number, that's for sure. But there are some negatives to it as well. Every time a distribution comes out, the share price does drop by that amount. So if I scroll down here to the last distribution, it was 60 cents that just recently came out. The share price dropped 60 cents whenever that distribution came out. And now it's slowly working its way up. And it appears to do that every month, but it does follow Tesla's share price. So if Tesla's share price plummets, this will go down quite a bit. If Tesla's share price skyrockets, this will come up a little bit. And it kind of mimics Tesla to an extent, but not as great of an appreciation or depreciation as Tesla. Looking at this sheet right here, you can see the last 10 distributions, the lowest being 44 cents, the highest being the month or 2 months before that at 90 cents per share. That was a huge month for sure. But the last 3 months here, we've been 60 cents, 58 cents, and 57 cents. I'm definitely okay with all three of those numbers coming out. All of that can help me excel my goal here for sure. When you go to the website, pay attention to some of the details here. Forget about these flashy numbers. It's good to kind of educate yourself on what this fund does. So this fund here, if I go down to the holding sections, they buy cash secure puts, they buy covered calls, they buy synthetic options on Tesla. They also have a little bit with the United States Treasury here, but that's not as flashy as the covered calls and the cash secure puts. So I'll break that down for just like a very minor breakdown here. Nothing too flashy with my explanation of it. Think about it this way. They say, well, let's go to the first one here. Let's go Tesla, call option, $262 by December 23rd, which is a Friday. That's this Friday. So if Tesla goes above 262, then what TSLY YieldMax will do is they'll roll that covered call for a future date. But basically by saying that we think on December 23rd, Tesla will be at or around 262 or below, YieldMax gets a premium. That premium comes into our dividends. Okay, so that's basically what's happening there. And then they have another one down below. Nothing too crazy here this week, but you'll see other weeks that this chart is a lot greater because they'll have many different strike prices for Tesla. If you like the content that I provided today, feel free to subscribe. I really appreciate that. This is a brand new channel, a brand new adventure for me. I really hope that we can grow a community together. And you can, take some value from what I provided here with the Questrade purchasing a stock, with the TSLY information as well. And feel free to hit subscribe. Comment down below, again, what you're doing to get ahead. What are you doing for your budget? What are you doing for your health? What are you doing for your wealth? I'd love to, have a discussion about that. So thank you very much for tuning in today. I appreciate the minutes that you've provided to me. Have a great day.